Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Muff Toys 1/12 scale Protector of Metropolis. And this is the brown suit version. I ordered this from 5K Toys. I got the blue suit version a couple weeks ago, and I was so blown away that I just had to get the brown one as well. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, Protector of Metropolis. This is a third-party, unauthorized, unlicensed figure. It can't say Warner Brothers, it can't say Superman, it can't say Clark Kent, it can't say DC on it in any way, shape, or form. A real American hero. Muff Toys. Here's the front. Getting ready to turn into Superman. It wraps around to the side of the package. Pretty cool. This version kind of makes me think of Henry Cavill because of the suit he's wearing. On the back, kind of got the S logo, Protector of Metropolis. And there's no barcode or anything because, like I said, this is a third-party release. And it's a very good quality one at that. So with no further ado, let's open it up. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out, and boy does it come with a lot of stuff. Let's start off with 10 alternate hands, totaling 12 interchangeable hands, 2 heads, a hat, his briefcase or satchel, a couple sleeves that are tucked in under his suit sleeves, replacement buttons for his suit jacket, his sleeves, and his shirt, some tweezers to tuck everything in, 2 alternate ties, one of which is a bendy wire, a camera, glasses, his press pass, a trench coat, an alternate Superman shirt for underneath, and a couple of newspapers. Before we tailor all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Muff Toys Clark Kent. Clark Kent is a real identity of Superman. He's a reporter, as I'm sure you all know. This is a cloth, soft goods, 1/12 scale Mezco style figure, and is really good quality. Muff Toys puts out some really nice product. This is the brown suit version. I got the blue one, and I was so impressed I wanted to get the brown suit, which kind of gives me Batman vs Superman Henry Cavill vibes. So let's take a closer look. Now the face looks absolutely fantastic. It looks a little bit more like Superman than Clark Kent to me. He's got the curl on top, square jaw, stern expression. It looks fantastic. And then we have this suit jacket. Maybe it's a little bit bulkier than the other one. I feel like the material is a little bit different. It's got a sort of woven look to it, almost a striped brown look. He's got a black dress shirt, black striped tie, brown pants that match, dress shoes. He does have double jointed elbows, but they go in about this far. The suit kind of bunches up, doesn't let it go all the way in. Same with the knees, double jointed. For the most part, it's a fantastic, awesome looking Clark Kent. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which I think looks fantastic. Almost everything about this figure looks great. And then here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Sure, you can take his suit jacket off, but the sleeves are not finished underneath, so it's really not meant to be removed. His tie does also come off, but I'm going to wait until I swap out the ties to do that. So I went ahead and took off his suit jacket anyway, and I said the sleeves are not finished. It's not meant to be displayed this way, and that is correct, although it looks like he has sleeves, but you can see it's not connected that way. He has these alternate sleeves that you can sort of slide on here if you want to see the black sleeves sticking out of the suit jacket. But as it is right now, this is actually part of his Superman shirt. If you slide the tie out of the way, open up his jacket, and the shirt has magnets sort of holding it together. He's wearing his black outfit here. So on this one, you have the black outfit, and if you really want to take the time to take everything off, you could potentially put this blue one on, although it doesn't have any sleeves at all. But from the point of view of just opening his shirt, it would work. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start off with his hands. He has a total of 12 alternate hands, 6 left hands, and 6 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. This is a pair of default hands. They look good, relaxed at his sides. Here's his next pair of hands. These are his fists. And his third pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. And then another pair of gripping hands with a smaller grip. And his next pair of gripping hands. These have a very small grip, almost like pinching hands. They should hold his newspaper, hat, or glasses pretty nicely. And here's his last pair of hands. These are some hands to operate the camera. Now to look at his heads. He has 2 of them, one without the hat, and one with the hat on. Here he is with his first head. This one has the hat off, and you have a couple of different options on the neck length. Right now it's sitting all the way down, and I don't think it looks quite as good, but you have the option to sort of pull it up just a little bit, and it looks a lot better there. You can see the neck. And here's this alternate head. This one has the hat on, permanently attached. And while we're on the subject of heads, I was curious how this guy might look with a couple different Mezco Bruce Wayne heads. Here it is with the Mezco Golden Age Bruce Wayne. It looks pretty good. The peg hole is a little bit different on the Mezco heads, so you don't have the option of sitting it up or down. It just has to be this far down. But I'd say it looks pretty good so far. And here it is with a little more modern Bruce Wayne head. I'm sure I could put some sticky tack on top of the peg and have the head sit a little higher up. But just an idea of what you might be able to turn this into. And just cuz, here's the Christopher Reeve Mezco Superman head with the glasses on top of the blue suit Muff Toys Clark Kent body. It works okay. Would have to get rid of the spit curl, but there's some potential here. Got a Henry Cavill version and sort of a Christopher Reeve version. Then we have his loose hat. It looks pretty good. A little brown fedora with a black stripe. Now it has a sort of hole in the middle, or a little peg. I don't believe it's actually a removable hat. I think it's just for him to hold. And that would be correct. He can't actually wear the hat. That's why you have two different heads. Now for his glasses. They're very small, very thin. It's just like a little wire. No frames. But glasses are a very important part of differentiating Clark Kent and Superman. They're so small, I do wish they included maybe an extra just in case. Here he is with the glasses off. That's Superman. And then with the glasses on, that's Clark Kent. Next we have some little sleeve tips. These are optional in case you want to have the sleeves sticking out behind his suit jacket. You can see it's got a little button on there, and it's just sort of the tip of the sleeve. Just the tip. Here are those sleeves attached. Slide them underneath the suit jacket, and keep in mind they are optional, whatever you prefer. I'll probably leave them on there because why not? Now we have his trench coat and Superman undershirt. So trench coat here, it's got 6 buttons on the front. It's got this sort of strap here that you can actually strap up and tighten. It does have bendy wire in the two sort of front parts here. And overall, it looks great. Then we have this Superman shirt, and it's sort of stretchy a little bit. It's like a onesie. You can see how it goes down there. Now, I think it's kind of odd. Sure, he's got the black Superman shirt on here, and you can potentially take his shirt off, his jacket off, maybe even that Superman shirt off and put another Superman shirt there, but I'm not sure if that's actually what it's for. This one doesn't have any sleeves, whereas the black one does. Maybe you can just slide this on top. That way, if you want to open his chest and have the blue one coming out, you can do that. But the reason I'm not sure is the other one that had a blue Superman shirt underneath also came with this. So that confused me quite a bit, and I'm still not really sure what you're supposed to do with this on the original one. But on this one, you can have either the black Superman costume or the traditional blue one. Here he is with the trench coat attached, strapped up and everything. And it looks a little bit bulky, but keep in mind, he's got so many layers on. The Superman shirt, his black dress shirt, his suited jacket, and then the trench coat. All things considered, I think it looks pretty damn good. And I apologize, but I'm not willing to take off his suit jacket and his dress shirt and his Superman shirt and replace it with the blue one. Just not happening. And then we have these little tweezers and some replacement buttons. The tweezers are actually very useful at sort of tucking in the sleeves, tucking his tie back in his pants, tucking his shirt in, all that good stuff. It can be very helpful to sort of put the strap on the trench coat, the little thing, and pull it out. And then we have these replacement buttons. You have replacement buttons for his trench coat, for the front of his suit jacket, for the sleeves on those little arm pieces, and even the shirt inside. Now they come off easily if you mess with the guy, and it require a little bit of glue to put them on there, and personally, I'd be very hesitant to glue anything on the outside of this guy. I'd be worried about messing it up. Then we have his alternate tie. His main one is just a cloth tie, but this one has a bendy wire. That way it can sort of be flowing in the wind, etc., etc. In order to swap the ties, you have to take the figure, take your tweezers, pop up the collar, remove this tie, and put the other one on, and then put the collar back down. It is really not that easy. So there you have it. I pop the collar up. Now I can remove the tie, and I can put the other one on top. Here's Clark with the alternate bendy tie. Now, I don't think I did a very good job tying the tie at the top. It was really difficult to do, especially at this scale. So I'm probably going to switch back to the other one. But it is pretty cool to have the ability to sort of have the tie flowing in the wind, etc. But it is not easy to do all this around this certain scale action figure and tie it and make it look good and pull the collar back down, etc., etc. So I'm going to go back to the other one, which I kept like this. You can't adjust it. It's like a real tie. And this one, it was just not easy to do. I spent probably 10 minutes getting it this good. Went back to the regular tie. I think it looks better than the other one, although it's really just kind of the way that I did it. I could spend a lot of time trying to make it a little better, but this one's good for me. There's only a couple different scenes where I really want the tie floating in the wind. That would be when he's in the middle of changing, opening up his shirt, tie flapping in the background. Then we have his camera, press pass, and satchel. So here's his camera here. It's got a black lens, a little bit of brown, silver. It's got buttons at the top. Pretty good detail. I kind of wish it had a strap like his press pass does. Here's his press pass. As you can see, it's an image of Clark Kent, the Daily Planet, and it can wrap around his neck. And then we have his little briefcase or satchel. Here's Clark with the press pass around his neck. And here's Clark Kent holding that satchel. Here's Clark Kent holding that camera. Then we have this newspaper. He comes with two of them. As you can see, the Daily Planet. Look up in the sky. Man of Steel prevents Kitty disaster. In the back, Gotham crime rate soars. The inside, Bruce Wayne murdered. Lex Luthor's scheme bombs. Superman saves nation. Of course, you'll want to fold it down the middle, so I'll keep one as is, and I'll fold the other one. And here's an image of Clark Kent reading that newspaper. Now to check out the similarities and differences between the brown suit Clark Kent and the blue suit version. And it is 100% the same base figure with different cloth soft goods clothes and some different accessories. So let's take a closer look. We'll start with their faces. They appear to be exactly the same. As we go further down, of course, he's got a brown suit and a blue suit. Black tie, red tie. Black dress shirt, white dress shirt. Brown shoes versus black shoes. Pretty much the same thing. The material does feel a little bit different. Feels like maybe it's a little bit bulkier in him, but not by much. Now that we're taking a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.7 inches tall, which could translate to 17 centimeters. He is about the perfect height I was hoping he would be. Should fit in great with the Mezco figures. And for his articulation, and I'm going to do this with the suit on top. It's going to limit the articulation a little bit, but your intended display him this way, he doesn't even have sleeves, so there's really no point to see what it's like without. His head can rotate side to side. He can look up and down, pretty good amount. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. They can go up about this far before it starts to become an issue. He's got a little bit of forward and back motion. His shoulders, bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows, but the thickness of the suit is really not going to let him go all the way in. His wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. In his torso, he's got a ball joint right here. Rotate around. Forward and back, not much at all. Another one is waist. Rotate around. Forward and back quite a bit more than the torso. Legs, they only go out about this far. Pants going to obstruct that. You can see they would be able to go out about that far on either side. They can go forward all the way. Back not much. He's got, I think, some sort of thigh rotation. Yeah, there's a little bit there. Double jointed knees. And the ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. And he'll rock the tiniest little bit. Here's a look at this brown suit Clark Kent figure turning into Superman. And here's a look at the more traditional blue suit version doing the exact same thing. If only I had a phone booth. Now let's check them out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some other Clark Kent and then Mezco figures. Here's the brown suit Muff Toys Clark Kent. next to the classic traditional blue suit version. I think I like the blue one better because I'm more of a traditionalist, but this brown one is damn nice as well. And here he is, next to a Mattel DC Universe Classics Clark Kent. Whenever I get a third-party 1/12 scale cloth soft goods figure, I always see, does it fit in with the Mezco collection, and is it as good quality? Because if not, then really what's the point? And he's a little bit taller than the Mezco figures. You can see him next to a couple of Henry Cavill Superman figures for Batman vs Superman and Justice League. And typically I say the taller the better because I prefer 7-inch scale. But I want him to go with the Mezco figures. And he's a tad taller, maybe 0.2 inches. So it's not horrible. And here he is next to Mezco's Christopher Reeve Superman. Here's Clark Kent next to several different Mezco Batman figures. Then, with several different Mezco Batman villains. Now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Muff Toys 1/12 scale figure, I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the smaller action figure lines I collect, and work with larger. But first, I want to check him out with some Mezco figures. Typically these third-party 1/12 scale cloth soft goods figures, at least in my opinion, are meant to go along with your Mezco collection. Here he is, with several different Mezco 1/12 scale figures, and now with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures and some SH Figure Arts action figures. Here's Clark Kent next to a spatula, and here he is with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mafex Superman figures. Then with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures, and now with some Mattel and NECA Superman figures. Next with some DC Direct and McFarlane Superman figures, and finally with some Diamond Select Toys and Jakks Pacific Wrestling figures. So overall, this is an absolutely fantastic Clark Kent figure. The accessories are amazing. It almost seems endless. The cloth soft goods, it fits on the body nicely. It's not too tight, not too loose. The articulation still works pretty good. Sculpt, paint job, excellent. Very, very, very pleased with this figure. I believe I rated the blue one 9 out of 10, and it's definitely going to be my top 10 figures of the year. And I don't see any reason to rate this guy any lower. I think I prefer the blue one just because I like the more sort of classic traditional designs, but this one is every bit as good. I don't see any reason not to give this one a 9 also. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say to the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.